The anime opens with a clash between a group of adventurers and an S-rank dragon. The end is not too surprising when the S-rank dragon defeated all the adventurers. At the Sills village farm, a guy named Al Wayne hears thunder and thinks it is going to rain. Al has just finished work today when his friend Testa arrives. He shows Testa that the status of his farm skills has reached level 10, including Al's fishing skills as well. A few days ago, Al killed some big fish with ease. While they are chatting, his skills suddenly integrate, allowing him to evolve into Nature Lover. His attack stats increases to 73,612 points. This is too exaggerated. More importantly, Al has to deliver vegetables to the market at the royal capital. On the way, he sees a dragon, which is attacking some adventurers. He intends to distract it for a second by throwing a half-eaten carrot at it, but unexpectedly, he causes it to explode. The adventurers are baffled at what just happened. It seems that Al is still not aware of how terrible his power is. He continues his business of selling vegetables. While doing procedures to enter the royal capital, suddenly, a man who is kidnapping a girl tries to run outside. Al quickly saves the girl and defeats the man with one move that makes the girl admire him. Because he is late for the delivery, he quickly leaves, not before giving his name to the girl. That is also the reason why he is blocked by the guards when he wanted to leave the capital. The girl was waiting for him. It turns out that she is the first princess of the Magi's kingdom named Fowl. After learning Al's name, Fowl wants him to serve the royal family, but Al refuses and just wants to be a normal farmer. Fowl holds him back because the man Al defeated has the general average status of 500 points, while the legendary hero has 1000 points. She wants to know Al's status. His stats is at 65,000, so he doesn't dare to show her. At this moment, the party from before returns, and they say that someone blew the dragon up with a mysterious weapon. Taking a chance that Fowl isn't paying attention, he runs away. At this moment, Fowl is then summoned back to the palace. According to the reports, someone is directing the monsters towards the capital. After the war between humanity and the demon race, the Demon King was killed, and the two factions formed a peace treaty. According to Officer Cecil, someone wants to avenge the Demon King. He guesses that person is the commander of the First Army of the late Demon King's combat unit, Romeo Van Dead. To be safe, Cecil suggests that the princess and the king leave the capital, but the king doesn't want to leave his subjects behind. The king's will makes the soldiers admire him. They beg the king to leave the capital, and they promise to protect this place. Elsewhere, Al is about to enter his house, but it seems he hasn't yet controlled his power. After entering the house, Testa comes to announce that monsters are approaching this place. Al suddenly remembers that tomorrow is the day of the harvest, and he immediately runs to the field. By this time, the monsters have reached Sills village, but their target is the capital. Al intends to ignore this, but if the capital is destroyed, then his vegetables have nowhere to be consumed. At this time, while the king and the princess are leaving the capital, Cecil attacks the king. It turns out that Romeo disguised himself as Cecil to lure the king to this place. His real plan is to kill the king and disguise himself as the king to rule this kingdom. Romeo attacks the king again, but is stopped by the princess's shields. Romeo is feeling quite excited and thinks his plan is perfect. He continues to increase his energy, causing the princess's shields to be destroyed. He says that the game is over, but at this moment, Al appears to rescue them. Romeo asks who Al is. Al replies that he is just a farmer. Romeo rushes to attack, but is then thrown to the cliff by Al. This is quite intriguing to him, so he returns to his true form. His level is 78. However, Romeo is defeated by Al with just one punch, surprising those around him. The monsters also retreat. The next morning, Al is rewarded by the king, and he makes the same offer as Fowl before. Of course, Al continues to refuse. However, Fowl still gives Al a large field in exchange for Al having to register at the Adventurers Guild. After receiving the field, Al fulfills his promise. He and Fowl go to the Adventurers Guild. Fowl tells Al that her hairpin can help hide her royal identity. As Al just steps inside, he is greeted warmly by a man. He is then taken to the receptionist Helen to register as an adventurer. Helen wants to know why Al wants to become an adventurer. Al replies that this is a condition of exchange between him and the princess. Suddenly, that party appears and talks about Al's feat of killing the dragon, making everyone around think that Al is an S rank. Al shouts that he is a farmer and just threw a kind of vegetable at it. That's all. The party introduces themselves as Jake, Lamia, and Luke. They want to invite him to their party, but he just wants to keep his job as a farmer. Al returns to his seat. He wants to get the first quest. Helen says that the quests are divided into difficulty levels, from G rank up to SS rank. SS rank is a rank for heroes, so in actuality, it goes from G to S ranks. She gives him a quest to gather 10 stalks of milk grass from the forest of Grimm. Then she gives him a robe that's imbued with magic power. It amplifies his defensive powers a little bit. It seems Helen is mesmerized when she sees Al in this robe. After completing his registration as an adventurer, Al says goodbye to Fall. He sets out on his first quest and accidentally finds a strange scale. Al tries to find any information about the scale in his document. According to the document, the orcs are very fond of humans when a female orc appeared behind Al. Fortunately, Jake shows up in time to destroy the orc. Al thanks Jake. Lamia and Luke also come here. Al wants to ask about the scale, but they don't know which monster it belonged to. While they are talking, suddenly the sky turns dark. Everyone is shocked to see a black dragon flying over them. It is the owner of that scale. Luckily, it just passes by them. It doesn't do any harm. The next morning, Helen's face looks tired because she had a nightmare last night. At this time, Al comes to report something important. Then everyone learns that the dragon has an attack stat of 230,000 points. They guess it is the malevolent dragon Ouroboros. Al shows everyone its scales, which scares Helen. Helen remembers the past. Her younger brother was killed by that dragon. Then Helen faints. Juan Green says that Helen just fainted, so Al need not to worry. Juan shares with Al about Helen's past. She found Helen in a forest. Helen has no memories of the past, and the robe Al is wearing is the only thing she has. Knowing Helen's past is related to the malevolent dragon Ouroboros, so he wants to help Helen. When he is just walking out the door, he receives a letter from his mother. The postman's name is Reeks, and Al wonders why Reeks knows that he's here. Then he goes to the library to find information about Ouroboros. He recalls Mrs. Wan's words that she found Helen 15 years ago. So he wants to find damage report documents from 15 years ago, but he is not qualified to ask for this. Coincidentally, at this time, the princess also comes to the library. Seeing the princess, the librarian's attitude changes immediately. Then Al and Fowl go into the archives to find information about Ouroboros. According to the information around 15 years ago, the village of Hono was devastated, and people had discovered strange scales believed to belong to the malevolent dragon Ouroboros was destroyed by the benevolent dragon Mirage in history. Al says that he will head out to investigate tomorrow, and Fowl will also go with him. The next morning, Al and Fowl arrive at the village of Hono. Suddenly, Al hears someone's voice. He follows the instructions of that voice. Then he sees a boy in front of them, but Fowl doesn't see him. It turns out the boy is a ghost named Rai. Rai is waiting for someone who can hear his call. That's the end of this anime recap. This anime is called I've Somehow Gotten Stronger When I Improve My Farm-Related Skills, and currently it only has 2 episodes and is ongoing. It's another overpowered anime character, but this time he got strong by farming. It might sound like most OP animes, but it looks pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe for more anime recaps. See you all next time.